Hey guys, what's up? My name is Sean Wayne. Today, tara, pag-usapan natin itong bagong article galing kay Politico. So ito ay isang Politico scoop at meron silang in-expose dito at tinago nila ito sa pangalang HR. Di umano isang top official, no? Na gumamit ng bilyon para bumili ng loyalty ng mga politiko. Pakiramdam ko, alam niyo na to kung sino to. There you go, guys. So basically, nakita nga natin ito sa isang post ni Politico. So ayon sa kanilang Politiscope, the price of power, top official use billions to buy Politico's loyalty. Alam nyo, just for the last couple of days, we've been hearing a lot, no? Especially kay Congressman Toby Tiangco. Anong sabi niya doon sa kanyang sinabi, no? Or sa kanyang interview, na merong bribery, no? Indirect yung sinabi, but in a simple term, no? Nagkaroon ng bribery, no? May pangako kaakibat ang pagpirma di umano, no, sa impeachment complaint ni VP Sara. But ang tanong, kung ito bang sinasabi rito ni Politico at yung sinasabi ni Toby Tiangco, no, ni Congressman Toby, ay isa? Parehong tao ba ito? Basahin natin. Ayon dito sa article, a high-ranking government official, no? So, open and close parentheses, HR, no, si high-ranking, allegedly funneled tens of billions of pesos in public funds to curry favor from a powerful politicos ahead of the current midterm election. Okay? It is very timely. And I don't know kung sinong source ni Politico dito, pero you can only imagine, no, how many of you out there who's gonna be seeing this video na on the top of your head, mayroon ng pangalan na magpapasok sa utak nyo. An scooper claimed HR tapped into public coffers to bankroll the campaign of several IPs to secure their loyalty and create a network of indebted allies. Diba? Multiple IPs reportedly received nine-figure sums from high-ranking official to support their electoral bids. Funds given not out of partisan alignment, but in hopes of calling in favors latter. Even candidates considered shoo-ins were allegedly offered financial backing simply to ensure that they owe HR a political debt. Wow. Wow. I remember, no, there's this one content creator, hindi ko na siya papangalanan, but definitely marerecall nyo kung sino yung possible na taong to. All of a sudden, bigla siyang nag-shift to support the Marcoses after niyang magsalita ng kung ano-ano about sa mga Marcoses. And, well, allegedly, itong taong to, nagkaroon ng plano, okay, na tumakbong konsihal daw dun sa kanilang lugar. At pinangakuan siya na siya ay susuportahan financially. I just don't know what happened. No? Again, it's just an alleged na may mga ganung senaryo. Okay? So, itong nangyayari, itong sinasabi dito, masasabi mong pwedeng may katotohanan, but then again, let us take it as a grain of salt. Now, we need to further research on this one, not unless kung developing story ito. But definitely, as we move forward, alam na alam ninyo at kuhang-kuha ninyo kung sino itong possible na high-ranking official. out of partisan alignment, but in hopes of calling in favors latter. Even candidates considered showing alleged backing simply to ensure they own high-ranking official a political debt. HR even supposedly made funding promises to some of the IPs in exchange of the support for support. Hmm. Hmm. However, HR high stakes gambled failed to deliver the expected result. Not all of the beneficiaries won, and some may have simply pocketed the campaign millions with no intention of returning the favor. So sabi dito, about 9 figures, no? May nabanggit dito na 9 figures. Ayan, no? Multiple IPs reportedly received 9 figures. Do the math. Do the math. Hmm. Even candidates considered, no? However, HR high stakes gambling failed to deliver. So may namumuo na bang pangalan sa mga utak niyo? Now that the election are over, the real challenge begins for HR. With no guarantees of loyalty and his challenge backroom dealings increasingly coming under scrutiny. He faces a rocky political road ahead as the winds shift into the capital. HR might find himself, sa lalaki, ang tinutumbok dito ng scooper, reaping the consequences of his costly power play. Now, ang pinakamalaking tanong, sino sa tingin nyo itong top official or high-ranking official ng gobyerno na nagnakaw ng pera sa kaban ng yaman para pondohan at bumili ng loyalty? Actually, loyalty is free, no? It is given than bought. Kasi pag ang loyalty binili mo, chances are, kada eleksyon, kailangan mong bilhin ng loyalty ng mga yan. Sabi nga nila, di ba? Loyalty ends when benefit ends. Oh. Ako, I have someone, ano, meron na ako naiisip kung sino tong tao to. Di ba? Sino pwedeng mag-file ng kaso sa taong to? Kasi this is graft and corruption. Yung bumibili ka ng tao, especially during ng election. Diba? Bribery is an offense sa graft and corrupt practices. Apart from that, that's also vote buying under the Omnibus Election Code. Tapos yung ginagamit mong pera ng taong bayan, halagang billion-billion. Alam mo, ito yung nakakatuwa. No? Actually, one of the things that I want to raise is itong impeachment case versus Sara, pro-impeachment faction, the Academe. UP Law, San Beda, Ateneo, and LaSalle. These are the same university who supported Lenny Robredo. Okay. Same university who supported Lenny Robredo. And they failed massively. They failed massively. Sa totoo lang, alam naman natin na hindi naman si VP Sara ang may ayaw ng impeachment niya. She even want the impeachment trial to happen because she wants a bloodbath. Yan ang statement ng ating Vice President. Pero pinipigilan. Diba? Even Fiscal Darwin Cañete said, hayaan yung mag-umpisa ang impeachment trial. And if you find something, no, reasonable, no, something very reasonable to dismiss the impeachment trial, then you do it. But you have first to start the impeachment trial. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, excited na lahat ng mga Duterte supporter. Gustong-gusto natin na maumpisahan itong impeachment trial na to. Diba? Natatawa nga ako, nag-cite pa ang Ateneo Law Schools eh. Continuing body daw ang Senate. Diba? Which is mas malinaw ng ipinaliwanag, no, ni Senator Francis Tolentino kung bakit ang Senate ay hindi continuing body gaya ng inaakala nila. Diba? Ngayon, na may ganitong issue, isang top-ranking official na nagkamal ng bilyong pera ng taong bayan. Ito bang mga university na to magsasalita tungkol dyan? Ano sabi ni Attorney Vic Rodriguez? Tahimik sila sa GAA, tahimik sila sa PhilHealth, which is ang GAA trilyon. Magkano kinuha sa sa PhilHealth? Tinanggalan ng budget ng PhilHealth? Diba? Actually, sorry, hindi tinanggalan ng budget ang PhilHealth, tinanggalan ng subsidy ang PhilHealth. At tahimik itong mga universities na to. Wala naman tayong problema kung i-call out nila ang Senate na umpisa ng impeachment trial Ang problema natin sa mga to, very selective. Diba? Very selective. Tapos nagsanibwersa pa yung 5 Ateneo Law School. Surprisingly, isa pa dyan, yung taga Ateneo de Davao. Yun din ng Ateneo de Davao. Kung sino ka man, you have experienced the leadership of VP Sara. And you have the audacity to join your fellow deans. Naniniwala ka ba na nagnakaw si VP Sara? Na naging corrupt siya? Diba? Naniniwala ka dun sa nakasulat sa impeachment trial? Imagine niyo Ateneo Law Schools to. Nabasa ba nila yung articles of impeachment? Can you actually explain to us kailan pa naging impeachable offense ang hindi pagpunta sa SONA? Diba? Sige nga. Ngayon, balikan natin. Yung top official na nagnakaw ng bilyon. Anong gagawin natin dyan? Tahimik kayo. Kasi hindi si Sara Duterte ang involved dyan. But definitely, kung si Sara Duterte ang involved dyan, mag-iingay din kayo. Diba? I'm not saying na dapat pigilan nyo. Dapat hindi nyo supportahan. Kasi even Sara Duterte herself, gusto niya matuloy itong impeachment trial niya. na magkaalaman talaga. Na sumambulat lahat sa pagmumukha ninyo kung ano yung totoo. Diba? Anong ginawa ng mga taga-Quadcom? Nilabas nila lahat, or rather, nilabas nila yung ibang pangalan ng mga informant na hinar ni VP Sara. Hindi ba yung paglalagay sa alanganin, sa kapahamakan ng mga Pilipino? Diba? Ngayon, kung babasahin natin itong sinulat dito ni Ma'am Telma Asido. Okay? Napakaganda ng kanyang sinulat actually. Sabi niya, VP Sara's impeachment case, is this legal or just political theater? Okay? VP Sara's impeachment case, is this legal or just political theater? Some academic groups like UP Law, DLSU, San Beda, and Ateneo have released statements urging the Senate to immediately convene as an impeachment court against VP Sara Duterte. But when we break it down legally, are these calls grounded in law or driven by politics? Very good question. Ayon sa UP Law faculty, what they said, UP Law criticized the House for delaying transmission of the articles of impeachment and urged the Senate to convene forthwith. Legal rebuttal. The Constitution does not say that the Senate shall have the Constitution does say that the Senate shall have the sole power to try and decide all cases of impeachment, and that is shall proceed upon receipt. However, proceed doesn't mean rush blindly into trial. It means begin in accordance with the Senate rules. Even UP Law scholars admit that the constitutional right to a speedy disposition does not apply to impeachment, which is a unique political process. In 2003, Pimentel versus Joint Committee ruling clarified that the impeachment does not carry over to the new Congress automatically. So the 20th Congress has every right to assess the case afresh and even dismiss it if it lacks merit. Sabi naman ng De La Salle University, emphasized that the impeachment is a sacred duty of accountability and should be acted without delay. Legal rebuttal. Accountability is important but not at cost of due process. The Senate is not a criminal court. If there are solid accusations like fund misuse or threats, those belongs in regular courts with evidence is weighed properly, pushing the impeachment case forward without legal sufficiency opens the door for abuse. The Constitution grants the Senate the discretion to decide in the articles of impeachment, even warrant trial. Political pressure from schools, no matter how well-meaning, cannot override that. Correct. Sabi naman ng San Beda, condemned the delay and called for the Senate to uphold public trust by proceeding with the trial. But public trust isn't served by allowing flimsy or political motivated cases to move forward. The Senate has a duty to maintain the integrity of the process under the Constitution. It's the Senate, not media, not schools, that decides whether the complaint is strong enough. If it isn't, the Senate has the constitutional power to dismiss the case outright. Blindly proceeding would damage, not protect public trust. Ayon naman kay Ateneo de Manila, Ateneo both criticized the House and the Senate for failing to act, suggesting a betrayal of public trust. O di impeach nyo. Ang tanong, impeachable ba yung mga yan? But the Senate is not required to move on media or academic pressure. Senator Chis Escudero, a non-constitutionalist, already explained that while the Constitution says shall proceed, this must still follow Senate rules, not external timelines. The Senate has full discretion to determine legal sufficiency. Impeachment is not a popularity contest. It's a constitutional mechanism, not a social media campaign. Correct. So in summary, proceed forthwith does not mean the Senate must conduct a full trial right away. It means that the Senate may test legal sufficiency first. And if the case is weak or defective, dismiss it even before trial begins. Speedy disposition is a constitutional right under judicial and administrative cases, not impeachment, which is political and constitutional in nature. Sinabi rin dito ni Ma'am Telma, change in Senate term doesn't automatically carry over an impeachment case. Constitutional precedent allow a new Senate to reevaluate it if it wants to take up the complaint or not. Confidential fund accusation must be proven with judicial evidence, not advocacy campaigns or media spin. Impeachment is not the venue for fishing expedition. Correct. The final takeaway: yes to accountability, yes to transparency, but the rule of law must prevail. If this impeachment complaint has no legal leg to stand on, the Senate has every right to dismiss it. Forthwith means proceed in order, not on demand. If real crimes were committed, the proper venue is a court of law, not a political theater in the Senate. Let's not allow institution to be used as weapons of political convenience. Diba? Napakaganda ng sinabi rito ni Ma'am Telma Asido. So, ano yung sinabi niya dyan na hindi kayo nag-agree? These universities is pushing Senate, no, to immediately start, okay, the impeachment trial. Pero, yung mga issue na mas malalaki, gaya ng GAA, PhilHealth, at ngayon meron tayong bago, no, isang politiko, isang high-ranking official, ang nagpamudmud ng pera ng taong bayan para lang bumili ng loyalty di umano ng mga kapwa niya politiko. Kaya na magsabi kung sino to. Kahit hindi pinangalanan ng politico.com, meron na tayo naiisip kung sino yung mga possible. Kung sino ang possible. Tandaan nyo, ang pronoun is him. Himself. So, alam na natin kung sino ang posibleng gumawa nito. Kaya nga, ang laki siguro ng suporta sa kanya ng mga ibang politiko, no? Kasi yung mga politiko sumusuporta din sa kanya, madaling bilhin. Diba? So, kayo na guys ang Kayo na guys ang mag-isip kung sino tong high-ranking official na tinutukoy ng politica.com. Again, hindi na nila kailangan pangalanan because we already know kung sino yung possible na high-ranking official na ito. Diba? Nagpa-blind item pa kahit alam na natin kung sino. Anyway guys, again, maraming salamat sa panonood. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, at i-comment nyo na kung ano masasabi nyo sa mga university na nakikisaw-saw sa issue ng impeachment pero walang pakialam sa usapin ng GAA 2025 at saka ng PhilHealth. Not to mention yung transfer ng mga pera galing sa PDIC. Diba? We're not even done with that. Ano sabi niya, no? Ni Chief Justice, kailangan daw ang mga taga-gobyerno ay bumili na ng toga para hindi sila naghihiraman. Dahil sa patong-patong na kaso na nakahain laban sa kanila. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye!